The extent of the atonement is the most vexed
Right.
of the doctrines.
You and I have talked about this. It's the one I have the most problem with in the typical tulip.
Yeah, of the doctrines of grace. So I'm going to read something you wrote. And there's two ways to take what you wrote. I could take it in my way, but I doubt if it's your way. I wonder.
Okay.
Frankly, I think, I've said to various people who stumble over this so-called fourth point, I said, if you give me 15 minutes, we can agree.
Yeah.
But let's try it. It won't take 15 minutes.
Okay.
You said, if you want to be used by God, this is page 288.
Yes.
You must care about what God cares about. What he cares about most is the redemption of the people he made. He wants his lost children found.
Yeah.
Interesting phrase. He wants his lost children found, which could mean everybody on the planet, or he could mean John 11:52, where Caiaphas says, better that one die for the nation.
For the nation,
And
right.
then John says, he was speaking about prophecy, that he would die that he might gather into one the children of God who are scattered abroad. Then you say nothing matters more to God than the cross. Now, if I were to take that my way and interpret it in the light of John 11:52, Christ died to gather into one the children of God scattered around, the sheep that are scattered out there, the elect.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, the death of Christ has a divine purposefulness, that it really did achieve the faith and the ingathering of the sheep. And I think I could say that. That would be called particular redemption or limited atonement, without denying that the cross makes possible and purchases a bona fide offer for every person on the planet, so that you can look a person right in the face.
Well, we're a lot closer than I thought we were.
And say, you could even say, and I could quote John Murray on this. He's vintage reform.
Right.
John, and say, Christ died for you, meaning not that he effectively accomplished your propitiation, but that he died such that his arms are extended to you, saying, if you will come, it's yours. This is yours.
Got it.
So I feel like I can talk like the atonement is there beckoning everyone while believing when Jesus said this cup is the new covenant.
Right.
Well, the new covenant is when he writes the law in my heart and draws me to himself and puts the fear of God in me. I think he bought my conversion, which means he didn't do that for everybody. So there are designs in the cross that are for his elect, but there are also designs in the cross that are for everybody. So there's John Piper's effort to...
Well, we're a lot closer than I thought we were on that one, because I do believe, again, this goes back to my hermeneutic of when I have two different passages, I believe them both. I believe Ephesians 5. Christ died for the church and gave his life for her. I believe that with all my heart. I also believe, Peter, God is not willing that any should perish. I think he wants people to be saved. And I believe in John 3:16. So what do you say? Who does Christ die for? He died for the church. Okay. I don't think God's death on the cross through Christ was a failure. If you're saying that, I do not believe that anybody he intended to die for is failing in that area.
Is just going to hell.
Absolutely not. No. But on the other hand, I don't believe in universalism either, that his salvation automatically assumes everybody's going to be there, which some people have interpreted the Romans passage of as in Adam all died, in Christ all should be made. I don't interpret that in a universalist way. I like the way you say it, John. I'd like to hear more about it.
Well, we'll talk again.